What's going on to our first gen Wealth Academy? Listen, here we are. I'm back. Took a couple of days off, had a few things going on. I look forward to sharing my story of some of the things happening, health, and all that good stuff. But hey, we're coming back and jumping full speed ahead. The business school. It's for people who like helping people by Robert Kiyosaki. We're on chapter 6. Man, this is good. I'm getting so much good feedback from folks. People are appreciating the fact that I'm discussing the conversation of getting back to reading books. Guys, that is something I'm very passionate about, and I lost that passion. My confession, I lost that compassion because I got caught up in, I just bought my son a new phone. Phones, scrolling, swiping, looking, and all that crap. It's all about read, guys. Leaders are readers. We got to turn the pages. We got to highlight the pages. There's nothing more powerful than that. But along with that, I truly believe as we work towards leaving a legacy and we work towards leaving an inheritance, one of the things we should strive to leave is a library. Guys, you can leave real estate, leave an amazing life insurance policy, leave wealth. But one thing I think we should all leave is a library, books that you leave to your children. That's something I'm focusing on, guys. So I'm going to go to this chapter real quick just to let you all know. Again, I'm not here to read all these books. I'm not Mr. Rogers. I'm just hitting on key points. I'm going to give you my selfish plug. I'm doing this to hold myself accountable to 3 things. 1, I committed to creating over 365 videos this year, 2023. I want to build a library, a video library for my sons to see, and my sons. I just want to build a library. So 10, 15, 100 years from now, folks can go and click on Benjamin McCrae, see what he was all about. What was he talking about? What was he passionate about? And this page is certainly going to evolve. I am a rookie at this social media stuff. I'm trying to figure out behind the scenes, just to give you a heads up. And this wasn't planned, but hey, we keep it sexy. Behind the scenes, I'm trying to figure out this whole editing thing. Because I heard by learning how folks are getting all this following and things of that nature, they said you want to have videos where when you say money, money flashes up. When you say business, folks shaking hands flashes up. I'm learning that. Stick with me. Watch the evolution. Right now, oh my goodness. So if you can do that, reach out to me. I might hire you. But anyway, let's jump right into this, guys. This is a strong chapter, chapter 6 in the Business School by Robert Kiyosaki, People Helping People. This chapter is value number 4. What is the value of a network? Guys, your network is your net worth. You can end it right there, but don't. So one of the things he was talking about, Robert Kiyosaki, and as I'm reading to you, I'm reading from the pages of his book. Don't think that it's me saying I work for Xerox. I was listening to myself before. I said, if someone catches this video in the middle, they'll think that I'm saying that whatever Robert Kiyosaki did. But here's the key thing he stated. As he worked for Xerox, the power of a network. As he worked for Xerox, he had to go out and sell Xerox copy machines, fax machines. Remember when that was a new thing? Now it doesn't even exist. But then imagine being the first person to sell a fax machine to somebody, and there's no one on the other end to receive the fax. There's no network. So basically what he's saying here is it was a challenge in the beginning to paint the vision to business owners that one day everybody's going to have a fax machine. It's going to be a network of people you'll be able to send a document to them over the waves, and they'll be able to pull that document down. So needless to say, his journey was challenging. Can you imagine that? But then once it became one person, 2 people, 3 people, hundreds of people, then it became very receptive. Not only did people have fax machines in their businesses, They even had fax machines in their homes. I literally still have a fax machine. I sent out a fax the other day, as a matter of fact. So here's what I will share with you. It's called Metcalfe Law. Robert Metcalfe is one of the people credited for creating the Ethernet. He also more recently founded the technology company 3Com Corp. He is also credited for defining Metcalfe Law, which a network's economic value equals numbers of users squared. Understand this. So basically what he's saying is, and I'm going to read this to you. I'm going to jump around in this. Again, I'm not reading it verbatim. The economic value of a network goes up exponentially, not numerically. So basically it states that starting Metcalfe Law, simpler terms, if there exists just one telephone, that single telephone really has absolutely no value. The moment there are two telephones, according to Metcalfe Law, the economic value of that phone now squared. Now, the economic value of a network would go from 0 to square or 4. Add a third phone, and the economic value of that network now 9. In other words, the economic value of a network goes up exponentially, not numerically. So the more you have inside of a network, the more value it brings. And then it goes on and talks about the old way of doing business. John Wayne, my father was a serious cowboy lover. He loved John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is where that video should be popping into this right now, showing a cowboy western. But anyway, stick with me. John Wayne was a role model for success. John Wayne portrait of the rugged individual who needed no one else to get a job done. It was my way or the highway. Leave It to Beaver shows, wards, things of that nature. I'm pushing through. While many things have changed since those 50s, movies and television shows, many old business ideas from that era still exist. I still hear people, I'm going into business and I'm going to do it my way. Understand this. By doing it on your own terms, I call that the John Wayne idea. This is very important, guys, of how to get into business. Earlier, I wrote that when most people say that they're going into the S quadrant rather than the B quadrant, today the S quadrant in the homes of the rugged individuals in John Wayne's quadrant of business. So basically, he's speaking of a network, doing it my way. John Wayne is, hey, when I first started my commercial cleaning company, it was me, John Wayne. I was swinging the mops, vacuuming, grabbing the garbage. And as you build a network, you bring on new people, you got leverage, you have systems, it makes it a lot easier. Then it talks about a franchise network. Did you realize in the 50s, a new type of business model began to emerge, a business model called franchising? Some of the more famous names of franchising, McDonald's, Wendy's. Today, franchising is widely accepted. Yet in the 50s, many old thinking business people like the John Waynes saw franchising as being illegitimate, not a way of conducting business. But now everybody goes through that process. Simply put, a franchise is a form of business network made up of multiple business owners working together. Today, we know a McDonald's franchise owner as much more horsepower than a rugged individual who can start his own hamburger joint. Understand this, guys. This is the system of Metcalfe. In my neighborhood, a small packaging and mailing shop that had been in business for years was forced out of business when Mailbox, etc. franchise opened up in the same shopping center. The same thing happens to small coffee shop operators. The small coffee shop went out of business, losing to Starbucks. This is how it works. Even though the small coffee shop had great coffee, again, the rugged individual loses to the network. A second type of network, guys, I want you to grab it. The second type of network in the 70s, a new type of network business began to take off. That business is business to book. That business is the reason this book is about, the networking business that today is known as network marketing. Instead of a network of franchise businesses, it is a network of franchised individuals. In other words, it's a personal franchise. This new type of network business has also come under of much criticism when it first became popular and the millions of people began to get into the business. The business continues to be criticized, yet in spite of all the criticism, the network marketing industry, continues to grow faster than franchises and traditional businesses. Did you hear what I just said? Despite all the criticism of network marketing, that little thing over there, the business continues to get criticized, yet, in spite of its criticism, the network marketing industry continues to grow faster than franchises or traditional big businesses. One of the reasons most people cannot see the rapid growth of network marketing is simply because network marketing is in most cases, is invisible business. Unlike signs that shout McDonald's, Starbucks, or small businesses, most network marketing franchises operate discreetly out of homes or small businesses. On top of that, many successful network marketing franchises make far more money than most franchises. Here's a point I want to make real quick, and I'm going to wrap this up. What are we looking like? Wow, time is flying. I tell people network marketing is like buying a franchise type business without the franchise type investment and overhead. And it's so very true. We have folks, think about this. If you buy a McDonald's franchise, you're spending millions of dollars to get a McDonald's franchise. You got to be liquid. You got to have liquidity. You got to have the millions. You open up the franchise. It takes you 3 to 5 years to reach a profit. That's what they literally say inside the contract with the McDonald's franchise. And then you get your business to 100,000, 200,000 in profits. That's what you're bringing home as a franchisor or franchisee. So how do you increase that? You got to go out and get another McDonald's franchise and then another McDonald's franchise in order to increase the volume. Understand this, guys, the volume that comes through it, the type of revenue, the power of network marketing. You could bring on business partners, build the alliance, and those business partners can generate hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions for themselves, hundreds of thousands of dollars for you, and you don't have to go out and buy a bunch of franchises. They invest in the process themselves. Understand this, guys. Big business is now in network marketing. At the start of this book, I listed some of the products and services that are delivered through network marketing distribution. This list includes products such as legal services, tax services, financial services, clothing line, real estate. One of the more surprising things that I found once I opened my mind to the number of major corporations such as Citibank, AOL, Berkshire Hathaway that have network marketing business operations. Once I opened my mind, I realized that I had only been hearing the criticism of network marketing from people who were not in the business. I could not see the business as it truly was, a virtual business, which means it is invisible. So I could not see the growth of the industry. I could only hear the complaints from old style business people, the John Waynes of business. The reason the industry continues to grow is the power found in the Metcalfe law. Guys, this is a strong chapter. I'm not going to be able to go into more detail. I strongly encourage you to read this chapter. Get ready for the next chapter. Then I'm going to read chapter 7, value number 5, developing your most important business skill. Guys, once you develop a skill, no one can take that from you. Once you develop a skill, no one can take that from you. That's intellectual property that you own, your mind. And one of the things I love about this industry, network marketing, the business school, you will learn how to become an entrepreneur in this space. You can make a lot of money, but the skills that you learn and develop as you create the cash flow here and decide to start other businesses, traditional businesses, those skill sets will come from what you develop here inside of network marketing. So with that being said, guys, thank you so very much. If you see value or heard value, certainly like, make a comment, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you guys. Take charge.